Good Monday morning, everybody. Hope y'all had fabulous weekends. Welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale. That is Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. No, bang the table. Bang the table. Yeah. Eric,
No.
come right here and bang on the table.
No. I did not have a fabulous weekend.
I did. You shouldn't. Oh, you got the brakes beat off there, but you tweeted about Vanderbilt. Now all of a sudden you a Vandy fan.
Well, you must follow me. You must stalk me on Twitter.
Yeah, but I know you were quiet yesterday about the Cowboys. What happened yesterday?
Quiet?
Quiet.
I spill my guts all over Twitter, and I'm about to spill them all over you.
No. You ain't got no guts. Green Bay took them all.
Yeah. Well, you picked my team to win. That's all I know.
Go,
Then I knew
guys.
I was cursed.
I like being wrong on those kind of picks.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into this matchup, however painful, Skip. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers beat your Cowboys 31-28 in OT yesterday as home underdogs. Here's what Mike McCarthy had to say about making the call to go for it on 4th and 3 from the Green Bay 35-yard line on the first possession of OT.
We were right on the line for the field goal, and hey, to be honest with you, I felt we needed to go for it. I called it on second down, especially the way the game was going. I mean, it was big play, penalty, big play, penalty, big play, penalty. So, our thing was just keep playing. We had good calls, so I'm fine with the decision. Obviously, I know we didn't convert, but 4th and 3, just didn't convert.
Little Monday morning quarterbacking for us.
Yep.
Shannon, should Mike McCarthy have gone for it there?
Well, I don't have a problem with it because the analytics, everybody loves the analytics. My partner loves analytics. And when somebody is aggressive, Jerry Jones, his owner, they love going for it on 4th down. And he says he likes the aggressiveness of it. I don't think analytics takes into account the tempo of the game at that particular time. Yeah, you can plug it in and say if you go for it on 4th down in this situation, you have a greater chance to win. But as Mike McCarthy was saying, he said, look, given the way the game was flowing, I felt like on second down that we were going to go for it on 4th down because the game had started to just kind of slip away from us. The problem is with the Cowboys, and this is what they need to address. And I tried to explain to you when they got the big D lineman from Oakland. I say, Skip, teams at this point in time, they're not giving away their good players. You see, Carolina wouldn't give away any of their defensive players. They're not going to the playoffs, but they say, we got a nucleus. We got something we can build on. For your guy to get, y'all are worse off. 29th in rush defense. Aaron Rodgers, I think, if I'm not mistaken, threw the ball like 6 or 7 times in the first half. Skip, it wasn't that play. Yeah, we can look at it and say, well, they went for it on 4th down in overtime, and that lost them the game. But that didn't lose them the game. You have one of the top defenses in all of football, and you had a 14-point lead. That's got to stand. You've got to make that stand. And the reason why I picked the Cowboys, I was like, there's no way Green Bay is going to stick with the run because that's the only way, because you can't get your quarterback hit if you're running the football. They ran the football. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they had 18 rushes in the first half and six pass attempts or 7 pass attempts, and they followed it up again, basically the same formula in the second half. And Aaron Jones and Dillon did a great job of running the football, but Skip, penalties and rush defense is killing you. Dak is horrible on 3rd downs. He was 4 of 12 yesterday on 3rd down and 3rd and 4th downs, 2 interceptions. And since 2011, he has the second worst QBR. He's 40 to 43%. Skip, you can't win like that.
Since 2011, he has the second worst QBR.
On 3rd and 4th down.
Thank you.
Guess who's worse?
Yeah.
Tebow. So with that being said, Skip, it wasn't that play. I mean, we always go back into a game, and we try to look at one particular play and says that lost us the game. But, Skip, with your defense, you had a 14-point lead. Just last week, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offense scored 9 points. They gonna get 31 on you guys? You told me y'all was so much better. Micah and the Marauders. We're only gonna go as far as Michael and the Marauders carry us.
True.
Okay. Well, Mike and the Marauders carried you to an L yesterday, but it wasn't that play. I wouldn't have gone for it, Skip. I'm a little bit more judicious. Seemingly, I guess I lack courage going for it on 4th down, but I'm not a real big into analytics. I'm looking at the flow and the feel of the game. I'm a human being. I'm standing on the sideline. I see how my offense is playing. I see how my defense is playing. How good are my special teams? And that's what I'm going to factor in whether or not I go for it on fourth down. Not somebody that's never played the game, that's punching in numbers, says, well, if you go for it here, you got a 52% chance of winning, and if you don't convert it, you got a 43% chance of I don't believe in all that bull jive. But hey, more power to him. But that play wasn't the play that cost him the game.
Are you finished?
Yep.
It is my turn to unleash on what I saw yesterday at Lambeau. I actually, if you remember, first guessed this. I said it was going to be much higher scoring than you thought, and I said it was going to come down to a late field goal, and that my guy would make the late field goal, Brett Maher. No more Brett the Fred. He's been very good this year, and he's got a thunder foot on his leg. I said it would come down to 31-28 Dallas, and I guess I had dyslexia because I don't know what I was thinking, because you cannot trust A, my coach, and B, my quarterback with big games on the line. I told you, I ramrodded home this point to you on Friday. This game will be all about, in the end, Dak Prescott. It will be his game to win or lose, and was it ever? I told you Aaron Rodgers is not dead yet. He's got way too many weapons left. Just because he lost Romeo, it does Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? I don't care. In the end, he still had Lazard, and he still had Tunyon, who we actually did a good job on. He only caught one ball for 8 yards.
Right.
And I told you Christian Watson can flat fly. He's 6 feet 4 inches tall. He ran 4.3. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
Right.
And he dropped the very first 2 throws that Aaron threw him yesterday. But after that, he had a coming out party, much to my chagrin. And in the end, he's actually counting to the crowd. 1, 2, 3. I caught 3 touchdowns, right?
The biggest thing Aaron did yesterday, Skip, he didn't jump in. When he dropped those 2 passes early, and
he smirked at him, he rolled his eyes at him, but he
couldn't see it, though, Skip. He couldn't see from way back there.
All right. Okay, you were right. In the end, I needed my quarterback to come up big, and I'm going to throw you one big picture point about my quarterback. The bar got set much higher for Dak Prescott because of what Cooper Rush did without Dak Prescott in saving the Cowboys season. When you saw what Cooper Rush was able to do late against Cincinnati, what he was able to do at the Giants when they were rolling, and they're still rolling, and they're about to come rolling into our town on Thanksgiving for a big back-to-backer, as we got to go to Minnesota and then Giants on Thanksgiving. If you look at Dak's big picture career, the reason he scares the literal hell out of me is because in these biggest games, he does not come up big very often. If you look hard at what the Cowboys have done over the last 3-4 years, look back, show me games, big games, tough games, high degree of difficulty games where Dak came up big and won the game and lived up to his contract when he took Jerry to the cleaners in the bank. Show me. All I can give you is last year at New England, they walked it off, and he hit CD with a walk-off touchdown pass in overtime and then pulled his calf, of course, and was never quite the same the rest of the way. Other than that, you have to hark all the way back to the one playoff game he's won in his life, in his NFL career, which was way back in 2018 when they traded for Amari, and all of a sudden Dak took off, and they actually beat Russell Wilson in the Seahawks. Maybe it doesn't look so good now, given what's happened to Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
Right.
But that's those 2 games. If you want to talk about coming up big, I'll give you at New England and against Russell Wilson in a playoff game. Other than that, I dare you to show me another game where you say, well, that was good, or that was good, or that was good. I can show you a whole lot of that was good with Cooper Rush, which is why yesterday I missed Cooper Rush. Aaron Rodgers was teetering. They had lost 5 in a row. He had thrown 3 interceptions, obviously, at Detroit. And yet I told you all week long, he's still Aaron bleepin' Rodgers. He has played better against Dallas than he has against every other team. You show me one, I'll show you that he's played better against Dallas. He's now 8-2 against the Cowboys, including 2-0 in the playoffs. And he hasn't been very good in the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers, because he's 11-10 and only 7-9 since that long ago run to the Super Bowl.
Although the Bears might disagree with you, but I get your point.
No, but he has destroyed Dallas, and he has late game Dallas, and he has clutched up against Dallas again and again and again. There's something about him. He loves to beat the Dallas Cowboys. He loves to stick it to America's team. And I called him, he is my Dracula because he just sucks the life out of my team. Every time you think he's dead, every time you have a chance to drive stake through heart, you better, or he'll come back and get you. And we had a chance. They were teetering in the first half, and we get the turnover early on where Aaron got strip sacked.
Yeah.
And then if we could just, before we get to the fateful fourth down call, if I could just show you Dak's 2 interceptions in the first half, this is where you could drive a stake through Dracula's heart, and you don't, because Dak threw these 2 interceptions.
Something went wrong because they're talking to Dalton Schultz on the sideline.
Yeah.
Something happened, Skip.
All right.
Something happened. Because if you notice, Skip, CeeDee Lamb went to Schultz, and Dak was talking to him on the sideline. Somebody ran the wrong route.
Okay, you either have to run it deeper or shallower. You can't get in the way. But I got to tell you, it's still on the quarterback because he throws it right to some kid who is like the 3rd-string safety named Rudy Ford, who's bounced all over this league and been with 4 teams. And Rudy Ford did that, and then he did that.
Well, he was running like he was driving a Corvette because he took off on him.
Yeah, so 2 interceptions.
Skip, I think this was on CD.
Okay.
I think this is on CD. I think CD needs to flatten that off and come across the guy's face. Now, that's the second time. Remember Chicago? Eddie Jackson picked him the exact same way. Now, there's a disconnect somewhere. Either he's looking and saying the defender is in my window and let me go behind him. But if Dak is throwing that ball in anticipation, Skip, you can't go behind the guy because he's going to release the guy before you break. You got to go in front of him.
Okay, so you have a chance after a strip sack caused by DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yes.
You have a chance to just drive stake through heart of both Aaron and the Packers because they're teetering. They don't think, they're not sure who they are. And you let them off the hook. And all of a sudden I look up and it's 14-14 at halftime.